Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this morning's webinar. Take your logistics business up to warp speed with Tailwind Enterprise. Today's presentation will take about 35 minutes, which should leave us about 10 minutes at the end for questions. So as questions come to you, please send them through using the webinar chat or question function. And if there are any that we can't get to, we'll be in touch right after the webinar. We'll also be beaming out a recording of this webinar to all of you following the event. And now, I'd like to introduce Tailwind and the captain of this webinar, Linda Clare. Tailwind is a comprehensive transportation management software that helps you run your freight business efficiently and effectively. Our mission, to boldly help those running trucking companies and freight brokerages improve profits, increase cash flow, and reduce their stress so they can live long and prosper. And Linda Clare. With over 45 years of experience, Linda is a true star of the transportation industry. She's been a dispatcher, a compliance officer, a controller, and now, whenever I ask her for help with blogs, she tells me, "Damn it, Brad, I'm a training and implementation specialist, not a marketer."
That is so very true. Thanks, Brad. And thanks, everyone, for joining us today. I see some familiar names out there in the audience, so that makes me a bit more comfortable. Welcome, everyone. As Brad has mentioned, I am the training and implementation specialist for Tailwind. I help many of our clients implement, adopt, and adapt the software specific to their operations. I started in the transportation industry, start date 1972, working in all facets of transportation, from warehousing to container ships to import-export. And then I settled my career in trucking, working as a dispatcher, compliance officer, and controller, receiving my degree in transportation management in 1987. Sometimes it's hard to believe that I have worked in this industry for over 45 years now, but there isn't a day that goes by where I'm not learning something new or hearing about a customer issue that I haven't come across before. I like the challenge of what I do. It keeps me going. And while I've used lots of software in my career, Tailwind TMS has always been one of my favorites. So when the opportunity came for me to work for Tailwind, I leapt at the chance. So for today's webinar voyage, we will be boarding the Tailwind Enterprise. Oh, Brad, do I really need to deliver these cheesy lines?
Oh, yes, Linda, please make it so.
Oh, darn, a marketer. What can I say? Okay, then. Our webinar mission is to explore time-saving new features, to seek out tips on how to scale your business, and introduce additional features being released in the next 4 months or so that will boldly take your transportation business to where it's never gone before. Before we get started with that, I just want to take a minute to go through some of the core features available in Tailwind's Standard, Pro, and Enterprise tiers, so you can best determine which one will indeed work best for your business, because our goal is to make sure you get the right system for you. With each level of Tailwind, you can keep track of personnel, customers, vendors, and equipment. Automatic payables will allow the software to create payments due to your commission sales reps and dispatchers, pay by the mile or hour for company drivers, and allow for revenue splitting with owner-operators. Each tier has rate histories on both customer and vendor records, allowing you to easily access historical data for any of your rate negotiations. You can create quotes and orders that will track your revenue, and you can dispatch those orders that will track your expenses for the movement of your customer's freight. You can manage your payables and receivables and issue customer summary statements. And there is an entire report section tracking all kinds of KPIs on customers, sales, and equipment. Standard, Pro, and Enterprise tiers have equipment maintenance tracking with claims and accident tracking on company drivers, owner-operators, and outside carrier partners. There's also location records and route management. You can brand your company with your logo on all reports and invoices, as well as put your own verbiage reflecting your company's terms and conditions on various reports. Now, this pro tier level also includes load board integrations, mileage calculations, and maps built right into the application. In the admin area of the pro tier, you can import electronic fuel files and process multiple PODs with a drag and drop function and create comprehensive history reports. You can also sync your financial data to QuickBooks Online. Now, I don't think I've covered everything as there are just too many features to mention. The software is incredibly in-depth and robust. What I do want you to understand is that all of these features I have mentioned also live aboard Tailwind Enterprise and includes new features that I'm going to show you shortly after Brad's quick audience poll. I think Brad has a poll question for us. Over to you, Brad.
I do indeed. Before we get into the main presentation, I just have a quick question for the audience. I want to find out who they think was the best enterprise captain. Was it James Tiberius Kirk, Jean-Luc Picard, or Linda Truckermouth Claire?
Okay, Brad, we're not sharing that story.
I think it'd be a good one, but I don't think we had the parental advisory at the beginning of the webinar, so we probably shouldn't.
Good idea. I grew up in trucking.
Looks like these are interesting results here. I do say Jean-Luc is not faring particularly well, but he's making a little bit of a run. All right, I'll give a couple more seconds for this one, and then we'll see. Looks like things are slowing down. I think most people have their votes in, so we'll share that with you right now. So it looks like the results are in. It's definitive. Linda Truckermouth Claire is the favorite captain.
The trucking industry certainly has foul nose. All right. Well, thanks for that, everyone. I will keep my trucker mouth to a minimum here. So we well know the transportation universe is a very busy one. And if you're like most of us that work in it, you don't get much chance to plan your day. In fact, we spend our entire days reacting to a phone call and emails that come in from our customers, reacting to calls from drivers and carrier partners. You likely end up feeling tied to that phone. The customer that wants to know two key things: when their load will be picked up and when it will be delivered. And the carrier that wants to know one key thing: when are you going to pay them for the load they moved for you? Now, what if I told you that you could offer your customers and your carrier partners a way that they could better help themselves to this information, which serves them better and saves you time as well? Through the Tailwind customer and carrier self-serve portals, your customer and carrier partners can now get the information they need themselves without having to bother you with a phone call. It's truly a win-win. They can access the information more quickly while it's less bother for you. Now you can provide better service and save time. The Tailwind customer portal gives your customers the ability to see the loads that you are moving for them. And it gives them the ability to track their own loads, which gives them peace of mind about their shipments, as well as the ability to offer greater predictability of load arrival to their customers. Brad's going to switch the screen over to me now, and I'm going to show you how the customer portal works. So here we are. We're in my demo database, and our customer portal, I'm logged in as my fictitious customer building supply company, giving me the ability to see lots of information. First, I make sure I give my customer a unique username and password to log into my portal. This allows them to see their specific loads. No other customer will be able to access another's information or data. When your customer logs into your customer portal, they will have access to all sorts of information, such as here on the quote screen, they will see any quotes you have issued to them. They can even request a new quote right here by filling in the pertinent data. When they do, that quote will populate into your database, and the sales rep on record will also receive an email advising them that their customer has entered a new quote. Here on the shipments detail page, they get to see any loads that they have given you to move. They get to see the status of the load. They can also click into the individual movement and see any tracking notes that you might have entered. Also, the ability to open those notes to see the actual details that you have put into the note. If they've got information they want to relay back to you about this load, they also have the ability to add a note which will populate on the order in question in your database. As well, when you attach proofs of delivery to your invoices in your database, your customer has the ability to open that proof of delivery and download it or print it for themselves. Back to our customer portal here. They can even, one more thing to show you on the shipments page. They can even place their own order. And again, when they do, you will receive that order in your database, and the sales rep on record will receive an email. Here are the balance details. This is simply the ability for you to always show your customer what they owe you and what the invoice is aging out at. And transaction history will allow your customer to see all historical data, any invoices or payments that they have issued to you. This will greatly cut down on many time-consuming check-in conversations with customers. And while this time savings is beneficial for you, it also allows you to provide better service to your customers that helps set you apart from your competition. Now, let me show you our carrier portal, extremely similar to our customer portal. It's a very useful tool to interact with your carriers through. Again, you give your carrier partner a unique username and login, allowing them to only see the loads they are moving on your behalf or loads you want to make available to them. Essentially, you have your very own load board that is made visible to all your carrier partners. Now they can come to you rather than you always having to chase them. It gives your carrier the ability to tender a bid for moving a load for you. Here on the dispatch screen, they will see any loads they have or are moving for you. They even have the ability to reprint load confirmations if needed, as well as the ability to open individual movements and upload proof of deliveries. Once those PODs are uploaded, they will be available in your database automatically, attached to the order, so it's ready to be sent as a proof of delivery, allowing you to invoice customers and get paid that much faster. The portal also gives your carrier details on there. Let me close that out. There we go. Also gives the, details on their payments from you. And again, they don't need to trouble your payables department with questions on the status of payments or whether payments have already been made. They can see historical information, scheduled pay dates right here in the portal. So I hope you can see how the portals can help you save valuable time servicing your customers, freeing you up to spend time on more revenue-generating activities, or maybe watching more episodes of Star Trek. Additionally, by offering them access to details on their shipments and payments on their schedule, you get to improve customer experience and ultimately their loyalty. Moving now to the third key feature of the Enterprise tier, electronic load confirmation and acceptance. This is one of our newest feature releases and will be such a time-saving tool for those of you who broker loads. Instead of issuing a load confirmation by email or fax to your carrier and waiting for the carrier to review and sign and then scan and send back to you, you can now issue your load confirmation electronically and have the carrier accept it electronically. So Brad's going to send the screen back over to me. Thank you, Brad. So first of all, let's get back into my database. I've got some dispatches set up for us. I'll go to my dispatch screen here. And here on a dispatch, you have the ability to send an electronic load confirmation. When you do, just by clicking that button, you can put in your body of what you want to say to your carrier in the email. When you do, your carrier receives an email about that information, giving them the ability to open the details that they need to review. Now, this isn't going to give them, this is a multi-shipment movement. Understand that this isn't a one pick, one drop. This gives them the details of where they're picking up and where they're delivering. It doesn't give address details. It doesn't give company names, protecting you against back solicitation. Once your carrier puts in their name and accepts the load, hang on one sec, I want to show you. First of all, when you send it out, this button turns yellow for you to show you that it's awaiting acceptance. When your carrier actually puts in their name and accepts the load, it comes back into your database, shows the load is accepted, and your carrier then gets another email from you with the actual load confirmation. And, oops, let me drag this over to the screen, and all details required. So this is your ability to easily interact with your carriers and have electronic acceptance. Here, under the when the load is accepted and you're moving it with this carrier, we all know things happen in the transportation industry. Maybe the carrier falls down and isn't able to do the job for you. You can also, when clicking on this load accepted button, you can now cancel the load confirmation, giving you the ability to reissue it to another carrier. You can send the email as well, and you can always see the details of the accepted, the date, the time, and who accepted this for you. So now that you've had a chance to see what the electronic load confirmation looks like and acceptance looks like, I think Brad has another quick poll question for us. Over to you, Brad.
Thanks a lot, Linda. So we've heard from numerous customers that the electronic load confirmation and acceptance will save them time. Now we want to ask our audience, how much time do you anticipate a feature like this saving you? Is it 1 to 3 minutes a load? 4 to 7 minutes a load? Maybe 8 to 10 minutes a load, or maybe even more than 10 minutes?
I'm interested to see this. I'm thinking 4 to 7.
It looks like it's a pretty even split there, but some people are thinking it's going to save them quite a bit of time, which is great.
Oh, which is great. That's what we're all about. We want to save our customers time in the day.
All right, looks like there's a few last folks that are still. All right, we'll close that now and we'll share some of the results. So it does look like 4 to 7 minutes per load was the most popular, but still there's close to 25% thought that it was going to be saving them more than 10 minutes a load, which that adds up to quite a bit during the day for sure.
Very, very, very beneficial. Thanks for that poll question, Brad. So, well, these are the 3 new features that are currently part of Tailwind's new web-based enterprise TMS. But we aren't going to stop there. This is just the start. We have many more features coming your way. The focus of our development efforts is to help you build your business and achieve economies of scale. And to do this by leveraging innovative software that reduces the effort and resources you need to allocate to operations and administration. We look at ways to reduce paper, reduce the need for as many phone calls, eliminate duplicate data entry, reduce the time and effort required to transact or contract with customers and vendors. Our April to June development plan includes the following key features, which I think you'll not only find logical, but quite beneficial. First, shipment tracking. We will be offering 1 or 2 ways for you to track shipments beyond just knowing their pickup and delivery status. This way you can better set expectations and communicate with your customers. With Tailwind Shipment Tracking, you will be able to connect your fleet GPS feed into the Tailwind system, or use broker apps like Trucker Tools and MacroPoint. You will be able to record manual check call location updates, see current and past location updates on the dispatch, be alerted when loads will be late. And by September, you'll even be able to share tracking information with customers via the customer portal and email alerts. Secondly, truck and asset tracking and matching. It's great to be able to track the shipments that are on the move, but what about planning for upcoming loads? With our upcoming integration with Trucker Tools Smart Capacity, you will be able to uncover hidden capacity in your carrier network and see both in and out of network carriers who have equipment available near your scheduled shipments. You will be able to seamlessly move from your load in Tailwind to matching with a truck in Smart Capacity and push the successfully matched carrier back into Tailwind, all without the need for duplicate data entry. So no more cold calls to carriers, only call those who have equipment that matches your requirements. And if you have assets, you can feed your asset availability in the system to match with your own trucks. The third new feature we're going to introduce in the next development quarter is EDI integration. We well know that there are shippers who increasingly demand that all information and documents with respect to your shipment be transmitted through electronic data interchange, or EDI protocols. We know for many that this is the difference between getting or keeping a good customer, so we're happy to provide it. With Tailwind EDI functionality, you will be able to receive load tenders, accept or reject loads, and have that data populate a live order in your system. Automatically update the trading partner on pickup and delivery, as well as provide GPS updates as required. Invoice the trading partner, and provide auto acknowledgments of transmissions from trading partner. So the EDI integration will be available for any transmission partner to integrate with. And we are working closely with a preferred partner to provide end-to-end services and redundant access, which gets us to the fourth big feature improvement slated for development: advanced reporting and business intelligence. We have heard from many customers, many of which have joined us for this webinar, that they want more details and insight into what's going on in their business. Not only do they want to look at their KPIs more often and get reports more quickly, but they also want the ability to look at their business in different ways, to slice and dice their data, to better see where they are profitable and where they're losing money. This insight and information will ultimately help companies drive better decisions. As such, Tailwind will be upgrading all of our reports, including those in the Pro tier, and are developing advanced reporting capabilities for those enterprise customers looking for in-depth analysis. Tailwind will employ and deploy some of the latest reporting technology by provisioning new reports, offering additional analytical services, as well as BI integrations. By bringing the detail into focus, Tailwind will help our customers unlock the full value of their business. So we're going to go back to Brad for one last poll question. I'm really interested in the answer to this poll question. Go ahead, Brad.
Thanks, Linda. For our last poll question, I wanted to ask our audience, which upcoming Tailwind Enterprise feature are they most excited about? Is it shipment tracking, the asset tracking and matching, EDI integration, or advanced reporting and business intelligence?
Choose carefully, everyone. This is going to go right into the dev team.
I think they're probably the ones that are most interested in finding out what our customers and potential customers think.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely looks like everything there on the list is pretty popular though, so that's good to do.
Sure, we like to keep that dev team busy.
All right, looks like we're getting the last few responses in. I'll close that and share. So, looks like shipment tracking is a big winner, and then advanced reporting.
Interesting. I like it.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Great. So, in addition to developing those 4 features I've discussed, shipment tracking, asset tracking and matching, EDI integrations, and advanced reporting and business intelligence, Tailwind will continue to work on improving our application based on customer feedback and input. You have to compete continuously, so we are committed to improving our application continuously so that you can stay one step ahead of the game. Since the launch of our web-based TMS about 15 months ago, Tailwind has made literally hundreds of improvements to the software. So each and every week, the quality of your TMS is improving in usability, effectiveness, and in its flexibility with integrations with new complementary technologies. We do this to help you feel the wind at your back. I hope that if there was one thing I was able to show you today, beyond the portals, electronic load confirmation and acceptance, and the 4 exciting features to come in the next 3 months, it's this. We are constantly improving the value of the application so you can improve your business as well. So that with Tailwind, you can boldly go where no one has gone before and live long and prosper. Thanks so much, Brad. I think you've got some poll questions for us that I'd be happy to answer for anyone. Any questions at all from anyone at all, Brad?
Yeah, it looks like there's been a few that have been coming in, so I'll just get started with that. Someone is asking about the POD Complete mobile app and if it is available in Enterprise as well.
Oh, absolutely. POD Complete app is available in Pro and Enterprise level. It's a great little tool to use.
Awesome. Okay, looks like, can I retract a load confirmation after I have sent it electronically to a carrier?
Absolutely you can. Things happen in the transportation industry. So yes, you can cancel the load confirmation and your carrier will receive an email with that cancellation notification. It is, after all, your legal binding contract.
Right. Can I limit what my customers or carriers see in their portal?
Oh, now that's an interesting question. At this time, no. What is in the portals is there. Your customer is limited to only seeing their data. Your carriers are limited to only seeing whatever data you give to that actual carrier. But limiting what screens they see in the portals, no, that's not in yet. But a great feedback for me to give to the dev team.
All right, somebody's asking, do we have to maintain a server or is this cloud-based?
Oh, yeah, no, this is completely web-based. Gone are the days of expensive servers and IT teams to keep them up. We're all moving to software as a service or web-based software. So this is completely housed in the cloud. It's on a platform called Microsoft Azure, which is second only to Amazon. So it's well stable and secure. It's a great platform.
Because when we send out electronic confirmation, will we still get a copy of the email and a copy of the second email?
Oh, I didn't explain that when I was showing the load confirmations. Yes, not only does your carrier get a copy of the load confirmation, but it CCs you in as well. So you receive a copy of absolutely everything that is going to your carrier. Sorry, I left that out of the demo.
All right. If a carrier uploads a POD through the portal, how long before it's available for me to send to my customer?
Oh, immediately, like a blink of an eye. Once you know that carrier has uploaded it, by the time you look at the order in question, the POD will be attached and ready for sending to your customer with the invoice.
Somebody's asking about using Tailwind for heavy haul and accommodating for heavy haul.
Yeah.
The question is how effective is it for that?
Absolutely. Heavy haul is certainly an individual beast in the transportation industry with the requirements to add on, many pieces of equipment, boosters and dollies. And yes, we've got lots of workarounds in place for you we do have a few heavy haul companies who are using our software, and it works quite well for them.
Is a Tailwind iOS app something that's in development?
Oh, for the POD Complete, while our software is Mac capable, iPad capable, so the software is okay to use on iOS devices, our POD Complete app presently is only available for Android phones. However, we've had a team working on the coding with iOS, and it will be iOS capable within just a few short weeks for you. The testing has been completed. We're just doing some more final tweaks for it, and it will be out soon for iOS phones as well.
And how soon is the load acceptance function available? So somebody's not seeing it in there. Linda?
Yeah, it's available now. If you subscribe to the enterprise tier of our software, it is available to you right now. It isn't available in the pro tier, so you do want to check what you're subscribed with.
Looks like it's a similar question regarding self-serve portals, asking if it's available on the 3 editions or just enterprise.
It is only available on enterprise. Now, I do have to caveat that. A lot of our customers that got in at the early stages were given the customer portals right in the pro tier, and they are grandfathered for a period of time. So some of you in the pro tier may already have portals, which is great. You will want to check with your sales rep to determine when your grandfather clause will run out, but for all our new customers, customer portals, carrier portals, and electronic load confirmation and acceptance is only available in the enterprise tier of our software.
Somebody's asking, what financial reports do you offer? Revenue reports and like number of loads per week.
Oh, we have lots of reports in the software that will return different KPIs. And as I mentioned, we are building out our reporting functions. So if you check the report section of our software, you'll find that there are admin reports. Those are those AP agings, AR agings, trial balances. We also have reports that return KPIs per customer, how many loads you move in a week for a customer. You can also return KPIs for sales reps and equipment. So lots of reports in the software.
Another question regarding if Tailwind can generate 1099s and income statements and balance sheets.
It can certainly. Income statements, no. That's an accounting function. Tailwind does not have a general ledger in it. So income statements, balance sheets, no. You will always want to have an accounting package that will track your assets and liabilities. As far as 1099s, we certainly have a report that will return all details needed for 1099s. It doesn't print the actual 1099 form, but we give you all the information needed to complete those forms.
Is there development of automated emails to push pickup and delivery notifications to customers and multiple contacts at shipment or customer level?
That's a great question. And it was a feature we had in our client server-based software and very useful. And yes, it is in development. There is a ticket for it. I know, I think I put it in. The ability for when you mark a load as arrived at the pickup facility, it will automatically email your customer that the truck has arrived into the pickup facility. It's not in the software yet, but it's certainly on the development list to come to you.
And so like somebody here is heavy into intermodal drayage. Does Tailwind help with that?
Oh gosh, I've worked with many intermodal and drayage companies, and you know, I can make the software work for most companies. What I can't make it do for you on the intermodal and drayage level is I cannot find a good way to remind you of your free time on the container. So you take a container out of a dock and it has a specific set of free time available to you. Other than simply creating a manual task to remind you when that free time is up, there are no functions in the software to take care of that at the present time. But tracking of containers, tracking of chassis, yes, the software can certainly do that. Can show movements from a dock out to a customer's facility. You can drop the chassis at the customer's facility and pick it up at a later date. We simply don't track the free time on your containers. We also don't have integrations with any of the booking companies that you have to arrange all the booking of the picking up of the containers off the dock with.
Are visibility to tracking notes allowed for public and private designations?
All tracking notes are available to all levels. You can certainly, through our notes section, you can make notes private or internal notes or just a specific invoice note. But if a note is set as a tracking note, it is visible to your customers through that customer portal. I hope I answered that question correctly.
Somebody's asking about pricing. I guess pricing for the various subscription levels.
Oh, Brad, do you want to send the screen back to me?
I could do that.
I will bring that up for everyone. So on our website, when you go to our website, come on website, here we go. When you go to our website, here under the pricing, you can access the pricing right here. So as I've mentioned, we have 3 tiers, Standard, Pro, and Enterprise. There is a complete list here of everything that each tier includes. Hope that helped.
Looks like there's a follow-up question regarding the iOS app. Wondering if Tailwind is going to be optimized for the phone, so doing the administration, I guess, not just the not just the POD's complete mobile app.
I'm not understanding that question. iOS.
I think I could probably. There's a lot of information that's obviously within Tailwind. So at the moment, while it is available on an iOS or on your iPhone or Android device, you can access it there. It's not necessarily the easiest way to be viewing it, just because it's better to be seeing it on a larger screen.
I have used the application on both my Mac and my iPad. I have tried it on my iOS phone. I have an iPhone. The screen is just too small to see all the information needed, but it certainly works well with both the Mac and the iPad. I will caveat that again with Safari is not the best browser to use. I downloaded Google Chrome onto my Mac, and Google Chrome is a great browser to use with our product.
Someone's asking if we're planning to introduce an accounting module as well, so people don't have to export to QuickBooks or sync with QuickBooks online.
That's been on my wish list for many years. Yeah, I would love it, but of course it comes with its own set of problems. Having a general ledger is a huge undertaking, and I guess we look at it that there are so many companies out there that offer great accounting packages. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. So at this time, there is no plans to put an accounting package in, but I'm not saying that might change.
Is there a standard EDI set to receive status updates from carriers assigned with updates to the Tailwind shipment status or tracking in real time?
That question is a little too specific for me, Brad. Can you make note of that question and make sure Jessie gets it? Jessie is she's our real IT guru, and she is behind all of these integrations. So Brad will make sure that Jessie reaches out with an answer to that question for you. It's a little too technical for me.
Is there ELD functionality built into Tailwind, or do we still bring our own vendors to that? For that?
Yes. We will build integrations with ELD providers. It's hard to know all the details that our customers want from an ELD provider. Do you simply want to know how many hours a driver has left in a day or a set? Do you want to know if he did his motor vehicle inspection in the morning? So there's so many different things that come out of an ELD provider. We will build integrations to ELD providers, but again, we're not looking to reinvent the wheel. There's some great companies out there that are ELD providers. We'll simply integrate with them and be your hub, connecting our software with all of these great integrations for you.
All right. Is there development to manage proprietary tariffs for rating shipments that are mileage or zip or weight-based?
At this time, no, we do not store matrices or tariffs. However, you can certainly create revenue items that can be used to invoice your customer based on shipment details, like, you know, a hundredweight or a per skid rate or a per ton rate. The software certainly has the ability to automatically determine that revenue based upon some presets on a revenue item that I can always help you set up as well. But as to storing matrices and tariffs, no.
Any plans for integration with WMS systems?
Oh, again, there's a question for Jesse. Jesse organizes our development, so I believe Winnis is on the list. But Brad, you'll have to turn that question over to Jesse as well.
I will. It's the same person asking, so it looks like there'll be a good follow-up with you, Don, afterwards.
Good.
We move power units for customers. Will this software handle assigning drivers to individual units?
Absolutely. You bet. Every dispatch has the ability. Oh, I still got the screen. Good. Every dispatch still has the ability to not only have a tractor assigned per power unit, it has the ability to have a trailer assigned. You do not have to have a trailer in that field. You can also have a driver assigned. So yes, the question to your answer is yes.
Does advanced reporting allow for users to create and post customized reports to the customer portal?
Wow. So the answer was going to be yes up until to the customer portal. I don't know whether we're going to allow custom reports to go into the portal. That'll be a Jesse question, please, Brad.
Oh yeah, and I think it's something that we can see like feedback from our customers to see if that is something that they're looking for, and then that's something that we can always integrate down the road. The beauty of providing a SaaS-based system is that development is continuous. So it's not like it's only once a year that everything gets updated. It's ongoing, and as you mentioned before, we've had over 100 updates that have happened since our launch. So it's just getting stronger and stronger.
That's right.
Next question, is there a free trial with Enterprise?
Oh, Brad, you're our marketer. Can you answer that question?
No, there is not a free trial with Enterprise. That one you get started with right away. So there is a free trial with the Pro tier, and you can always upgrade that to Enterprise then. So that's a way that we often ask people or suggest that people get started if they're looking for that free trial, where they can get started with Pro and then get their feet wet with it, get a taste of the applications and then how it all works, and then upgrade. And actually, that's the next question here is, how do I upgrade my Pro subscription to Enterprise? And that can be done right within the application itself.
Here in user management, when you are a Pro level, you have the ability to downgrade or upgrade. Is it here, Brad, that you would upgrade to the?
Yeah,
I think
just under current subscription. Under current subscription, there's upgrade and downgrade. So it's.
Oh, cool! I didn't even know that.
Wow, I was able to teach you something about the system. That's amazing.
There you go.
Larry, I appreciate this. I just wanted to tell you how great the automatic pay to owner operators and other costs is for running businesses. Thank you for what you do for me. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Larry.
Looks like where we're actually out of time. We have there might be a few questions that we haven't gotten to, but we will get to those afterwards. We'll send out some personal emails to folks. So wanted to just again thank you all for taking the time with us this morning. If you do have additional questions, you can always send them through to us. You can visit tailwindtms.com. You can send an email to asklinda@tailwindtms.com, or even give us a call, 1-866-441-0441. And with that, thank you again. And well, I guess I won't say may the force be with you, but live long and prosper.
Thanks so much, everyone.